1975, Nigeria had about 9.1 million cattle. By 2011, 19.5 million. Today we have about 22 million. These cattle need an estimated 1 billion gallons of water and 500 metric tons of hay and forage daily. The value of cattle in Nigeria right now is worth $16.2 billion, and that is 3.4 trillion naira. John F. Kennedy once said, and I quote, "In a crisis, be aware of the danger, but recognize the opportunity." End of quote. In case you're wondering what a ranch is simply a space of land dedicated to raising grazing livestock. It can be goats, can be sheep, cattle, even horses for commercial purposes. It is usually large with accompanying structures that service the chain of products related to the ranch. In short, it is a restriction of the nomadic lifestyle. It is the modern way of doing cattle business. It is not a Nigerian idea. It is not new. In fact, the British proposed same in 1942. What do you think of the cattle ranch is? Even the founding fathers like Chief Obafemi Awolowo and Amadu Bello set up ranches in Mokwa and Akunu. Recently, Ondo State former governor Olusegun Mimiko also did the same at Alga. So what is the colony? A colony is a set of ranches that share the same amenities. A colony is almost saying the same thing as ranches. Simple. The outcry against the idea of colonies seems we have not weaned ourselves from past colonial experiences. In biology, you have animal colonies, you have bee colonies, you have snakes, in some places crocodiles. Once there is a large concentration of any species of animal, whether artificial or natural, you call them colonies. It is estimated that up to 250,000 direct jobs can be created across the ranch sites. Also, the headsmen will be required to pay a tax of about 1,000 naira per head of cattle per annum. That is like 3 naira per day to access the ranch site for each cow. Direct annual revenues of about $3 billion are estimated from across the ranches, comprising of incomes from beef, organic fertilizer, and about 200 megawatt net power exports. This does not include enhanced value from milk and dairy, leather tannery activities, and other auxiliary activities. In simple language, there is so much to tap from the potential of this industry. Imagine, there are states that can't pay salaries, but not seeking for ways to increase their internally generated revenue for now and the future. It ought to be a race among states at providing land for this opportunity. But alas, hatred based on ethnicity and religious sentiments is blocking our eyes to see this great opportunity. And anyone can join this business, you know. Every Nigerian has a right to join the business and become a headsman or headswoman and have a part of the colony. You may want to ask causes of increasing tension between farming communities and Fulani headsmen. It's a combination of a growing cattle population, the effects of climate change on the availability of water and forage crops, as well as the lack of access to northern eastern foraging grounds due to the Boko Haram crisis. My fellow Nigerians, colony is not colonization. It is not a takeover. Let no one deceive you with the story of Usman Dan Fodio. Every student of history knows about the era of conquest. The strength of a nation then was how many territories they conquered. The Great Oyo Empire, the Benin Kingdom, the British Empire. No one can forcefully take over any land anymore without incurring the wrath of the world at large. Even superpowers like Russia cannot just overrun territories, you know. We're Nigerians now. Nobody can take what is yours forcefully. Don't leave your senses behind because of ethnic or religious prejudice. We are a nation. We are one. For centuries, the way to raise cattle has been through open grazing. But many forward-looking countries have moved past this method for many decades now. And the result is better yield, safer environment, and better economic benefit. Most Fulani headsmen are not predisposed to embracing ranches or colonies as the way forward. But the federal government insists that is the way. Too many times the solutions to conflicts are there in the open, but we look to men laden with aggressive selfishness to help us. They are sometimes political, sometimes religious leaders too. A governor who lacks the moral compass to use the money appropriated for salaries, but rather siphons it for personal consumption. That one cannot prefer solution to crisis. These ones' gods are their bellies. And the religious leaders too, who contradict the tenets of their religion and preach war rather than peace, are serving a malicious God, not a merciful and peaceful one. While many will like to tag the entire Fulani race as evil, this is not fair. Criminal activities don't reside in any tribe. As the government intensifies effort to bring the evil herdsmen to justice, we must remember that there are 36 million Fulani in the country who are decent and go about their business peaceably. We must be tolerant with our brothers, just as we are with other tribes that set up business all over Nigeria. As for states that refuse to embrace this new project, I hope they will not rewrite history later to say they were marginalized. We cannot continue to say no to all solutions and expect to have one. If you're part of the solution, then be